frequency that makes you lose weight because it curbs your hunger. You have no reason to want to eat. Wound healing. If you have acne, ADHD, allergies, Alzheimer's, anti-aging, anxiety, arthritis, asthma. If you want to just awaken your mind, you want to balance your brain out. If you have brain fog, they have a frequency for that. Alpha cells, beta cells, delta cell. Frequencies. States of consciousness you can tap into. They have gamma states you can tap into. If you have breast issues, bronchitis, carpal tunnel, cold sores, common colds. This right here, constipation. This is what the hospitals is going to be using soon. I'm just ahead of my time with it, so I get it early. But they're going to be using frequencies, scalar gun energy to reverse diseases. No more drugs or herbal compounds. What's up?
The other day, I was listening to a YouTube video which stated that certain sound is healing and also has had some type of power in order to get rid of cancers out of the body.
Yes. Cancers is always from a parasite. Okay? Because parasites eat at things and damage cells, and cancer ain't nothing but damaged cells spreading. Yeah. If I bump into this right now, hurt myself, I have cancer right there. That's what cancer is. It's a damaged cell spreading. Okay?
I thought cancer was acidic cells as well.
You said acidic cells?
Acidic cells.
They turn into acidic. They turn it over. They're dying over.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So, like I said, all my clients, they root cause parasite. I don't care what they're dealing with. I can find parasites that cause the issue. So my way of healing is changing your perception on everything. See it in a different way so you can understand it and handle it better. Like I say, the rock is not hard, your hand is just soft. So when you change your perception on something, you'll see it differently. When you get a disease, don't feel sad, don't feel like there's no coming back from it. A disease is letting you know your body's going through something and you need to change so you can heal from it. It's all it's doing is showing you that you need to heal. Or maybe you've been doing something for too long and it's not working, so your body gonna tell you by expressing the disease to you, just to change your mind on it. So change your perception about it. Okay, so like I said, dehydration is the biggest issue I see with my clients. They're overhydrated, but still dehydrated. That means they're drinking a lot of fluids, but none of those fluids are carrying any minerals to absorb so they can feel adequate in their body. So they're drinking a lot of water and still dehydrated. They're drowning their cells and their cells are still hungry. So the water is very serious. I checked water and y'all was talking about this still. This still is really good. About a base for you to add whatever you want.
Right.
So you can utilize it.
Cucumber.
Yeah. This still has the most solvent in it. Solvent pool. So anything you put in this still is gonna extract it all out and just drink the water. Any of my teas I make it with distilled water. Okay, so
it will pull the mineral out, so that mineral is more abundant in that water.
Exactly.
Because we need minerals, and that's what the minerals are. We talked about.
Exactly. So we in Earth. Earth is distilled water. We are energy, so we make distilled water in motion. We give water emotions. Okay, so when we came here in the Bible, it says the earth was formless, it was dead, it was a bottomless pit. So we're in that. You might not think you're breathing in water right now, but you are. Everything is water. You're inhaling water. A fish don't know they in water until they come out. And they go, oh, smells like water the whole time. They didn't know they was breathing in water. Have y'all been out there? So some of y'all don't know that y'all in water right now because y'all haven't had a chance to go out there and can't hold your breath. Because remember, we gotta wear helmets when we out there, right? But we can't breathe. That's because we in water. And when we leave out of water, we go into space. We need helmets and all that. So you're in water right now, and this water is dead, and we give it motion. Okay? But the question is, why did y'all come to this earth? This is a prism planet. This is the prison where you come, a place where you come and purify yourself. This is purgatory. It's like limbo state. You're not dead or alive. This is like a cleansing area. Remember, water, earth is water. Water is distilled. You put anything in distilled, it's going to purify. It's going to strip it naked from all its sins. They say we fell in sin. No, we fell in skin. And that's why we sin. Because to fall in skin is to lower your vibration. So that's why we sin, because we fell in skin. They forgot to put the K in there.
That's right.
So yeah, the fact that you in a body, that's why you're sinning. Okay? So earth is a purgatory station. You're not here to be happy. You're here to heal yourself. The only way you heal yourself is through problem solving, having trauma, shadow work, all this stuff that we dodge because it's painful. We came here for it. Earth ain't here for happiness. This is a prison planet.
Happiness is a relative anyway. People mistake happiness. That's why we doing just what you're saying. People mistake happiness. People think you're happy. Oh, if I'm sad, I need to be happy. Anything to get happy. Then you find yourself addicted to something. Happiness is not a real construct because everything, you know, you stump your toe, you happy at that moment? No, it goes up and down to roller coaster. So you have to learn to be equal with no matter what goes on in life. No matter if someone passes away, which happens every day, or you fall and hurt yourself, or you graduate with top honors. Yay, I'm excited. All of that distorts how we accept the idea that we are here to heal ourselves. And if you're not thinking in that frame of mind, then you're going to always be chasing happiness at any cost.
How he said, the rock isn't hard, our hand is soft.
Correct. So you're chasing happiness. So you're going to be doing things. So if something happens to you that you don't agree with, you think it's that should, you know, even if you don't have that thought like that should happen to me, you're going to go find something to soothe that, rather than understanding that's a problem you solve.
So that's
You
why
be dodging wreck.
That's why we reach for sweets.
Yup.
That's why we reach for drugs. That's why we reach for sex. That's why we reach for gambling. That's why we reach for drama. How many of us know drama queens and be like, you always drama? But it's their drug of choice.
But sex is beautiful though.
But it can be a drug of choice.
You say what's beautiful?
Sex. We eat too.
It's a beautiful mess.
But it can be a drug of choice.
But
Because
the one that you love and care about though.
yeah, but you also can, now you can learn how to balance it out with everything else. You don't go and, you know, you get upset with life, you don't be like, let's get going. You know, like, I want to get it over, let's do this thing, you know, let's do this thing. You figure out, hey babe, we having a problem, let's work through this thing, right? And then you're like,
That's what you're saying.
you
Like,
know,
there's other alternatives
correct, you learn how
than
to,
using sex as a stress reliever.
correct.
You can, like,
And then you
meditate,
can,
go to the park.
right, and then, you know, after you done solved the problem and you feel like, let's be one, you might knock some nuts. But before that, that's not the problem solver. Your mind is the
But
problem
that's
solver.
what you create to be.
Correct, but in creating what you want, you have to problem solve to do that. It's not just laid at your feet.
Got it.
And we are afraid to problem solve our life. That's why we're in the jam. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, y'all.
All right,
Say,
so
go
well,
ahead,
part two.
So,
How you gonna create something when we don't wanna be who we are?
Correct.
and we don't know who we are because we don't know where we at. That's why we don't know where we going. As soon as you know where you at, you learn that earth is a purgatory place. When you come to purify yourself, that means wherever we came from, we became dense. Whatever we was doing out there in space, we became heavy and dense. And we need to get that weight off our shoulders. So you come to earth to get that weight off your shoulders. But you only get that weight off your shoulders through trauma experiences. Okay? No pain, no gain. That's how it works. You only get in the game through some pain. So you gotta go through something. Stop dodging wreck. Remember, fear is false evidence appearing real.
Right.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That's a lie and a half. Okay? So now I came to all this understanding because I left my body purposely. I started studying the earth, and then I started understanding that I'm beyond this intricate vessel, and then I wanted to prove myself right by experiencing. Okay, if I'm not this body, and I'm just using it as a card to experience life, then let me see my real self.
Yeah.
So I started, because I thought of that, my environment started drawing things for me to experience that. So books started popping up on lucid dreaming or OBEs, which means out of body experience, or astral projecting. So I started studying that, and then I started practicing. And I finally left my body after half a year, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I did some weird things to do it. I had to.
Listen, family, listen. Excuse me, family, listen up. This is deep what the brother's saying right now. You're gonna miss this. Please.
So we bound ourselves to this earth. Love is one of the things that keep us here. Because if you come to the realization you're not from here, then why you don't leave? That's because love keeps you bound here.
Yeah.
So what I did was I had to bring back love understanding for a moment so I can separate from my body. So what I did, this is not what I did that I enjoyed, but at that time I told everyone that I knew I loved that I didn't love them. And I was gonna look them dead in their eyes and say, I do not love you.
Oh, Lord.
I did it to my son. I told my son, I don't love you. But I gave him an understanding why I was saying it, because I wanted to really leave my body. And I knew love was the only thing keeping me here. So once I detached from love, within 2 weeks, I separated from my body. And once I separated from my body, well, what happens is anything you think happens. It's no time no more once you separate from your body. So any thought you come up with, it manifests right there. And the first thought I had once I separated from my body, well, I laid on my floor and I put a cover over my body, and I meditated for almost 2 hours. Within an hour, my body went to paralysis mode. We all do this every night, but we fall asleep before our body goes through paralysis mode. Right. So we fall asleep, and then the body gonna say, okay, let me see if the conscious is asleep. So it sends a sensation to your body. Now you might get an itch on your thigh, or it might feel like it's the biggest mosquito on your thigh right now. The body want to see if the conscious is gonna react to that sensation. So if you react to it, you scratch. Okay, the body like, all right, the mind's still up, I'll stay up. If you could dodge that sensation, which is very challenging, feeling like you got 1,000 mosquitoes on your body. You had your eyes closed for almost an hour. You feel like there's everything on you right now. I'm dodging it. I'm working on my breath. I'm just listening to my breathing, and then it went away. And then I felt a sensation from my feet going all the way up to my head. It was like a vibration. It was a chemical that the body released when it's want to go to sleep. And I was able to consciously feel that because I never do. So I felt it, and as it's coming up, it felt like I'm about to drown underwater, and it covered under me. Then I heard a popping sound. Once I heard a popping sound, that was me releasing from my body. So I had to learn how to get out my body without using my physical senses. So I used the thing called the rollover, and I used the thing called the rope, where you imagine there's a rope over your body, and you take your spiritual arms, and you pull on a rope. And you pull your body out, you pull your soul out of your body by doing this. And it didn't work for me. So then I did the rollover. I imagined me going like this in my head, and then my soul slipped out of the body, and I popped out. And once I popped out, and I opened my eyes, it was all blurry, and all I saw was my ceiling, dead in my face. And I hovered over my body, and I went up, so I'm looking right at my ceiling. And then I turned around, and I looked at me on the floor, and I started laughing because I looked really silly, laying on the floor with a cover all the way up to my nose. At this time, I had little snake locks, so it just looked really crazy, so I'm laughing. And the first thought came to my head is, if I ever left my body, I'm going to the moon. Boom! I went right through my roof. I'm going through the sky. I'm hitting the clouds. I can feel the clouds hitting my eyes. I can feel a little tearing sensation from the wind, the pressure hitting my face. And as I'm going all the way up, I immediately stopped. And I got stopped by something, and I started feeling what stopped me, and it was some type of fluid. If y'all ever watched when they got a mirror, and you could go through the mirror, but the mirror like little fluidly, that's what it was in the sky, and that's what I learned about the firmament. The electrical magnetic field that's like a dome that covers the earth. And when you die, if your vibration is low, you can't pierce through that firmament. This is how Jesus was able to pierce through. His vibration was so high, he pierced through the dome, and E.T. flew home from there. So when we die, our vibration is so low, we get caught in the reincarnation loop.
Yes.
We can't get out the dome, so we come right back here.
Come back.
And if you ever had deja vu,
Yes.
that's let you know you've been here mad times. So many times you're experiencing the same thing in a different body.
In a different body.
Yup, so
Wow.
you got a question?
Did y'all get that?
You can